Hey, welcome everyone to the very first inaugural podcast for the Fantasy Football League of Best of the Best, where we're going to talk about the league in general and how the NFL, how changes to the NFL affect our league specifically, and all topics regarding our league. Um, it's me, your boy Gustavo, along here with my co-host Skylar. Say hi, Skylar.
How y'all doing, folks?
How you doing today?
I'm good, man. It's the evening, got a nice little vibe set, a little wine, a little good lighting. I'm here for a good time.
It's a little weird seeing you with no dreads.
Ah, oh, that's a surprise.
Surprise. It's
Yeah, man, chopped it off. Did the big chop.
man, it looks good though. It looks good.
Appreciate it, man. Had to get a cut. Had to get a cut today. So yeah,
Appreciate it. Appreciate the look, the vibe, the Kobe jersey in the background. So what we want to do now is try to go into a few league topics. You know, we are starting this podcast in week 6, so a lot has happened since we got here. Wanted to go over some trades that we had in the beginning of the year up to this point. I only recorded 3 trades, so correct me if I'm wrong. But the first trade was Robert Woods, the Hunter Henry for Kyle Pitts, and that was between Chris and Ray.
yeah.
And I thought that was a pretty solid trade. I thought Chris
I,
got the better end of that. What you think?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I feel like it's a flat trade, Like
Yeah,
it's both equal value because none of the players are really putting up big numbers, but maybe as the season progresses, there feels needs for the rosters for both Chris and Ray. So, we'll see how it pans out, but I don't see it as a big significant trade or anything that's gonna make a big jump for either team, honestly.
yeah. I mean, the Kyle Pitts is it has the high upside, but Atlanta's not throwing the ball like that, so
Yeah.
I don't have the faith in Ritter to do anything with Kyle Pitts. They need to go ahead and trade him to a team that can work him properly.
Yeah, and there's also been a lot of speculation around him being hurt, the way he's running his routes.
Mm.
He doesn't look as clean with his ankle, I believe. So who knows? We'll see. He was a high draft pick. That offense should be booming, but
Should be.
they're a quarterback away. I'm not a big believer of Riddler, but I've been proven wrong before. But we'll see.
The next one we have here is trade with me actually, me and Chris. Chris has been active apparently.
Hmm.
JSN, Antonio Gibson, and Garoppolo for Keenan Allen. Now I'm biased. I liked it. But at the time, I mean, Chris needed the quarterback, and I didn't want to give
Yeah.
up Gibson because I thought Gibson was going to have a solid year this year. Um, but coming in, they didn't give him the carries like I thought they would. Um,
No, I think it'll.
Robinson,
I think they'll pick up for him though. Like they're putting him more positions in the receiver. His last game, he
yeah,
had a pretty decent game, but although it was a passing script. They were down
right.
big, but
We were them blown out.
per usual. But things change.
Watch your mouth.
I don't, JSN, I think he's struggling coming back from that wrist injury, and he's also a rookie. Um, but I don't know. I think it was a solid trade, to be honest with you. Just to fill the need for Chris. His team is just abysmal. I'm sorry. Like he's suffered. He just did not draft well.
Well, in full
And there's
disclosure,
injuries.
Chris missed some of the draft. I won't go into details of what happened, but I know I talked to him. And he had missed some of the draft. He
Well,
had
it
an
looked like it.
emergency, so he
Unfortunately,
some of his team was auto drafted, um, but it didn't help him at all. And
yeah,
JSN is one injury away to Lockett or to Metcalf to being like really fantasy relevant.
yeah. And I
Um,
did see DK was put on the injury report today, like
yeah,
last minute. Did see that, so that's probably pretty fickle. But
but
yeah, I don't know. I think
Keenan Allen's booming, but we know he has bad hamstrings.
bad hamstrings. So
Which
I
is
feel like this
why,
was a good trade. I feel
yeah,
like it was a good
exactly.
trade
This is why I didn't
because
want
it
to give up
fills
too
the
much
needs
for
for
him.
him. Right. It fills the needs for both people. So I don't know. We have a lot of good solid trades going on. Nothing too lopsided early on.
Yeah, and the last one was with BK and Ray. BK again was somebody who needed a quarterback. So Ray gave him Daniel Jones and
I don't know
Pacheco
why.
for
Daniel Jones is not going to make it through the season. He is not.
yeah, for Lockett, CD, and Perrine. And I was a little salty because I had sent him a BK trade as well. He ignored me, and mine was nowhere near as lofty as this. He gave up a lot, and I didn't even want that much. All I wanted was CD. But I think Ray. I'll give you this: Pacheco has been more of a solid player than I thought he would be. Um, but Daniel Jones has been struggling. He's been
Yeah,
struggling.
man, that offensive line is just horrendous, man. Injury after injury, poor draft picks. Evan Neal, we're not going to get into him. I'm a Giants fan, but it's not looking too bright. It's looking like tank season for us.
They
But
can't. They can't tank though. They can't tank because they just paid Jones.
I, they can tank because he's going to get hurt. He will be hurt. He's already got a sore neck. They said he will be fine, and then the next day he misses the practice. He's
But
limited.
but
But
tank for who?
I don't
Who are they
know. I don't know. It's not a deliberate tank, but it will be a season with maybe 4 or 5 wins if we're lucky. And Saquon, bad ankle. Um, we don't know if he's going to play this upcoming week. So, but I don't know. I think this was a good trade. CD, Lockett. I think they both can put up big numbers in games. Pacheco. I
Yeah.
think Pacheco is actually.
Look like you have an app named Big Numbers in Game.
Siri agrees. But yeah, I don't think it was a bad trade at all. I didn't expect the same from Pacheco, but their offense is a lot more even, so he has bigger chances to put up more numbers
He
to
does. He
save
does.
Mahomes.
I think Perrine was a throwaway player,
Yeah, you could just
a
drop
roster
him.
spot. Yeah.
He's just
But
to drop him.
I think at the time there might have been an injury.
Hmm.
Um, so why he threw him in there because he might have had some relevance at the time. I can't remember what
Yeah.
week it was. I think it was the beginning of the season before the games even started, actually.
Hmm.
But
But
it is what it is. It is what it is.
yes. So let's get
Um,
into these roster moves with
yeah,
in the league, these injuries and these drops and ads, man.
man.
Is injuries this year? I feel like every year I always feel like the injuries are crazy, but like with the injuries to the prime players, to the elite
Yes,
players, is crazy. We have David A Chain out 4 weeks. That's upgraded to looking like 8 week, 4 to 6 to 8 weeks maybe
right.
for his knee. We have Justin Jefferson IR at least 4 weeks. He might not play more just because the team is not winning and he doesn't have a contract. I respect that. And then you got Anthony Richardson on IR now for 4 weeks, but it's looking like longer and maybe surgery. They're not trying to rush him back. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you think about those?
I think that is. I think you're right. I think this year it feels like. I mean, we're only 5 weeks in, and it's been crazy. And it was funny. I was doing something, and I saw Jeff Wilson get dropped by Clarence right after a chain got
Mm,
injured, and I was like, "Why are you gonna drop?" And I couldn't get to the
right.
phone in time for the pickup, so I missed it. Um, but I think the bigger one is Jefferson and Anthony Richardson because they both on BK's team,
Yeah.
and man, I mean he already has Chase and Cup, so I mean like
He has weapons.
he has weapons,
But I feel
but
like that maybe evens his team out a little bit more for competition.
it does. I mean he has Pacheco now apparently, so he's all of that bad, but but I mean the Anthony Richardson one's gonna hurt the most because I think he's down to one quarterback again.
Yeah. And I
Um,
think I'm very high on him. And I think he would have put up big numbers, a little bit more reminiscent of Justin Fields, rushing the ball,
yeah,
big arm. Um, I think they're kind of a receiver away, a nice deep threat receiver away outside of Alex Pierce. That's their only real deep threat that they have.
yeah.
So I think they're one receiver away from making that offense go crazy in the next couple of years.
So I mean, with rookies, it's hard to pick or to foresee who's going to pan out, who's going to break out this year or even next year.
Hmm.
Well, for in this league's purposes, it's this year.
This year. Yeah.
Um, so I mean, who do you think are the players that, or a player that you were high on in the draft, whether it be a rookie or anybody who just didn't pan out for you?
It's a good question. Who didn't pan out? That I drafted, it would probably be T. Higgins, and that's just because of injuries and a slow start to the Bengals.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to kill in a contract year. He still has the opportunity to, but he has a broken rib. They don't know if he's going to play this upcoming week, but I was super high on him. And I'm a little bit surprised by Jahmyr Gibbs, honestly.
yeah,
I thought they would give him more touches. I drafted him with high hopes. He's has a hamstring injury too. Um, so I don't know. I expected more from both of them, and obviously they have a chance with the season just being so early on. But
yeah.
a little disappointing, killing my team right now. But yeah, what about you?
I was some players I didn't draft, but there was players that I came into the draft like kind of down on, and Calvin Ridley was kind of one of them. Like some
That's
players, when they had that time off, I kind of stayed away from
yeah.
that. Like you don't know how you're gonna be when you return.
That
And
first game was
that
a
first game, I was
woo.
I was hating
Ooh.
myself. So
Yeah,
I passed him in many drafts,
yeah,
and then he cooled off for a few weeks, but I think he's starting to heat up
yeah.
again.
Last
But
game, I thought he would have a bigger game too. I think he just had a touchdown, but like they try to target him more now. But like between the second and fourth game, his targets weren't high. Trevor Lawrence is real big on Christian Kirk.
yep,
They have a really great connection, so I think it's just going to take a little bit more time with him and Calvin Ridley as they get him the ball more, and they had a lot of explosive plays that they just miss on. So
yeah,
like he misses a read, or like he doesn't pick up a blitz, or he overthrows, or something like that. So I think they're like a click away from being the explosive offense that they can be, especially Calvin Ridley. As they try to, get ETN the ball more. He had a big game last
yeah.
week, so they can't stuff the box because they can go over the top now. So I think it'll make them press more down to come help with the ETN. So I think the opportunity's there for Ridley.
And also the scouting the rookies. I was when it came to Anthony Richardson, C.J. Stroud, um, and Bryce Young, or Bryce Young. I
Mm-hmm.
was bigger on Bryce in all three of them, and he is just
Mm-mm. I knew
not.
he's just so small. He's so small,
He's
and
small,
like he's with a team with no receiving threats. To
no
be honest
help,
with you,
no help.
none. Like just ridiculous. I was super high on Anthony Richardson, but I will say, I'm surprised that Bryce isn't playing a little bit better because it's not even
Yeah,
um, like he's getting blown away. He's just making bad reads a lot of the time, or like rookie mistakes that he didn't even make in college. Short
right,
throws and like the easy throws that get you in the rhythm. And then the game scripts. Their defense isn't isn't the greatest, so they're
right.
gonna have to throw the ball. Miles Sanders, we all knew he only rushed for 1,000 yards last year because of that offensive line.
Yeah,
So he's not looking the greatest. I think he's averaging under maybe 3.7 yards per carry or something
and
like that. It's
I'm
just
pretty
like
sure he's injured too.
yeah. So I don't know. We'll see though. But I don't have too high hope. Maybe he's a pickup in the next year guy, but for this year, I don't know. I would definitely not have him on
Well,
my team.
see, Anthony Richardson, I get the athleticism. He was
Yeah.
so I understood from a fantasy standpoint how he was going to be relevant. But I saw him at the
Hmm.
combine. I saw some of the games he played. I didn't like his throwing arm, his motion, his accuracy. So I
Yeah.
didn't know like how much points he would get. Like he would run for some games here, get some
Hmm.
yards here, some points there, and then throw an interception or throw a ball over somebody's head and not get any completions. No, kind of
Hmm.
even out. But his arm, his accuracy has really impressed me so
Yeah.
far
That
this year. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be, which is why I missed on
absolutely.
that. And then CJ
And,
Stroud just
oh my
balling.
goodness.
He's just
That is my
balling.
that is a pick that I was super low on. I'm not
Yeah,
big on Ohio State quarterbacks
me
now,
neither.
but goodness gracious, that man is killing it. I think he might be like top five in passing yards, like maybe like four
Yeah,
as a
he's
rookie.
up there. He's up there.
As a rookie. And
Yeah,
he's not throwing picks. He's not throwing picks. That's the most impressive part. He's throwing the game. He's throwing the ball 30 times a game and not throwing picks as a rookie
yeah,
and
yeah.
keeping them in games. So
I figured there would be more run heavy with Damian Pierce, but he's not even
he's
getting the
not.
carries
Yeah,
the catches. So I mean, like it's just straight. It's Nico Collins
Tank Dell,
and Tank Dell just killing it, and I
and I
was
was
down on
hot.
both of them too.
And I told you early on in the preseason, I was like, Tank Dell is gonna be like a super sleeper pick, and
You did.
damn sure, like although he's in concussion protocol, I think he's gonna have a good career, let alone a good season once he comes back. And they're gonna be a down in a lot of games, so I expect top 10 passing yards for C.J. Stroud at this rate.
So at this rate now, how do you feel about your team overall?
Man, I'm even kill right now. I had a higher upside. I got a great draft from the great. Yahoo gives you that little that fake report that makes you think you drafted better than you did, and then
Right.
but I think I have a chance. I think I'm like fifth right now, fifth or sixth, but we'll see. I think I play Mario this week, and he might smash me. So his team's looking crazy right now.
Yeah, yeah,
His team
yeah,
is looking absolutely ridiculous.
yeah. Spoiler alert: I picked him to win this week.
Yeah, yeah. I think it'll be closer um than it looks, but yeah, his team last week, put up over 400 points. Like,
Bruh,
man,
I was
embarrassing.
just looking at that too. Like he had like everybody on his team, like everybody, even like the ball boy went off. It was it was crazy.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Mario though. Good draft, man. I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah. I think Adam Thielen, we didn't see that coming. I don't think
that
anybody
I
really saw that coming.
not at all, and I think that makes a good point though for Adam Thielen and the Panthers, just because they're going to be down every single game,
Every
like,
single
and they're
game.
going to have to throw the ball. And he was looking old the first couple of weeks, and then
Yeah,
I don't know what happened. Fountain of Youth got into them legs, and he's getting the targets. I think he's the most targeted receiver on their team, getting like almost 9+ targets a game. So yeah,
yeah, and then Desmond Ritter because he just spazzed out. I think they were coming back. I believe they were down early. I believe,
yeah.
and he came ended up throwing a lot. Like you said, the defense is just horrible. But I
Hmm.
I think that if I remember correctly, the Panthers are trying to get a receiver um to pair with Thielen. So let me see how that happens. Let's see who they trade for.
Yeah.
Maybe get somebody else good. But yeah, Mario's team did go crazy. And I was last week I was looking at the matchup between me and Chase, and like I was winning going into the Monday night game, and
Whew.
and
Down to the wire,
I got nothing from Adams,
man.
nothing,
Ah,
and I was
and
so mad because they were throwing the ball
to
to everybody,
Jacoby,
but yeah, Jacoby was getting
he
everything.
and I like that because I got Jacoby, but man, I I don't know. I think Devontae's out of there. He's
He's
gonna run
mad.
out soon. Yeah,
He's
he's
mad.
not only are they losing, but he's not getting the targets. And when he does get the targets, Garoppolo is just like inaccurate when it comes to him. He's overthrowing him or like getting him killed. Almost had that man shoulder destroyed on over the middle throw. But oh man, let's get into these weekly matchups.
Yeah, yeah. So let's finish this out here with these matchups here. We got me versus Ray. Of course, it's me. You know, that's my pick. I mean, of course, I'm biased. Who you got?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna go with Ray.
The
I'm
hell
gonna
with
go with
you.
Ray. I mean, likewise, because next up is me versus Mario, and
And I got Mario.
yeah, I'm gonna take me.
um, next we got Chase and versus Eamon, and I'll tell you this though, Eamon's team is a sleeper because
Man, I, this man has come out of nowhere when I played him and just beat me. Like I would be up a good amount, and I thought I have it in the bag, and out of nowhere his team pulls it out. So I'm
Yeah,
going. I'm gonna pick him. Just because
yeah.
he
I
beat me.
pick Eamon as well, but because
Yeah.
because he beat you, but because
Yeah.
he has Edison and he has Mostert and eight, like I said before,
Oh yeah.
Achan and Jefferson are both out. So now he has these two monsters on his team. I think Addison gonna ball out this week. I think
Yeah.
he gonna ball out, but probably not as much as Hawkinson. Hawkinson's really gonna have a
And
good week.
and that's who I have at tight end. So
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a good combination. We'll see though.
Next we got up is Quan, Quan and Clarence. Now I think I'm picking Clarence for the upset,
Hmm. Hmm.
and I'll tell you why. Because he got Zach Moss, and I don't believe they're gonna unleash Taylor yet. I think Zach Moss is gonna have another good game. I think they're gonna still slow roll Taylor.
Nah,
Um,
man. They said they're gonna give him. They're gonna ramp up his touches. They
they're
said
gonna
they're gonna
ramp him
ramp up
up,
his
but I don't
touches.
think they're not gonna unleash him. They're gonna ramp him up a little bit, give him a few more touches. But I still think Moss will have a better game this week than Taylor.
I don't know. Jacksonville's defense, they come to play sometimes. So I don't think it'll be a big game for either one of them. To be quite honest with you. Um.
And I think
So
that you see he got Quan has Raheem Shaheed, and
yeah,
Houston's defense has been
deep threat.
playing really good against the receivers.
Yeah. So that's
So
my pick.
you
So
got
I'm gonna go with it.
you got Quan.
Yeah. I don't see that upset happening. Especially with the quarterback. I don't think Philly's gonna go crazy on the Jets. I don't I don't think Jalen Hurts is gonna have like I don't think he's gonna meet his point projection, but I do think Tua is gonna go crazy on the Panthers. So
I mean
you forget he has Tua and
and
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek, yeah,
Yeah,
that
man.
matchup there
And, and wait, and
it's
he
a
has
curse. I mean,
Waddle.
if they ball, yeah, and Waddle, if they
Yeah,
all pan out, which they have been, then it's great. But the moment they go down, then like it's gonna be hurt. But let's
that's
hope that
true.
Tua doesn't have a concussion this year,
Yeah, let's hope not. Let's hope.
because he did the same thing last year, and then
And
around the
then,
same time he was out.
yep,
Lastly, we got BK and Chris, and we all say BK.
yeah. Somebody's got to win, and we're gonna go with the guy who has players who can play.
Oh man, this has been great though. How you feel about this so far?
Yeah, man, I'm excited about it. I think it'll be a good opportunity to look at everybody's team, lock
Yeah,
in, see how the trends are going on, and give people a chance to get our thoughts on things that's happening around the league in real life and in fantasy.
yeah, definitely. So for everybody to know, we're gonna try to have people come on the podcast every once in a while, special guests, and maybe talk about trades that they recently just completed or games that just recently happened. Especially when playoffs get here, it'd be really fun. Um, but that's the battle rhythm. We're trying to get this out once a week, maybe. See how we feel. Let us know how you guys feel about it. If it's corny, it's corny. If it's good, it's good. Just good feedback, bad feedback. Any feedback is well received. Um,
Absolutely. So we'll catch you guys in the huddle.
all right, take care.
Peace.